Hello, people of the universe. Oh my god, this is the most awkward angle I have ever had to film for 100%. Oh my god, I'm literally. So you're currently balanced on my hair dye comes in like this big Amazon box. So you're currently on that, and I am so I am so nervous that you are gonna fall. But it's cool. It's fine. We'll deal with whatever happens. So yeah. Hi. This is the bookshelf tour. But clearly you can tell there's no bookshelf. Just me. Just me. Because obviously, as you know, if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that I've just moved house. I have like two cute shelves, which I'll show you later, but not like a actual bookshelf at all. So this is the current situation that we're dealing with. Oh yeah, sorry, by the way, hi, I'm Dot. It's great to meet you, or welcome back to my channel, if you're back. But yeah, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, if you can see my messy floor, I'm so sorry. Please excuse it. What they say, messy room, messy mind, but hey, it's been a chaotic month, so I'm gonna give myself some credit here, but it's fine. It's cool. I'm gonna try and start with like the easiest, and then we'll go to those piles, because they're like, you know, they're just chilling in the corner. Let's hope I don't make too much of them, even more of a mess. So yeah, let's go. I'm trying to like angle myself so you can see me as well, which is, God, I look so small. Sorry, that was just me laughing at myself. Anyway, let's get into this. Okay, first one, Just Kids, Patti Smith. Yes, so most of these books are from my previous video, which was an optimistic October reading list, because that's what it is, optimistic. Have I read any of the books so far? No, not at all. And it's what, the 14th of October, when I'm filming this, so let's go. Anyway, but yeah, Just Kids, Patti Smith. The next one, Written on the Body by Jeanette Winterson. I've had to DNF this, not because I hate it. I love Jeanette Winterson. If you don't know much about me, Jeanette Winterson is one of my favourite authors of all time, but I've had to DNF it purely because I'm not in the mood to read her at the moment, which is so upsetting. But, you know, we roll. It is what it is. I'm a mood reader. That's all I got. Milk-Fed by Melissa Broader. I've still not read this book. The running theme is, most of these books in this collection I have not read. Most of my actual book collection is at my home back in Lincolnshire. But I bought most of the books either I adore and I can't live without, or the books that I want to read really badly. And so that's what this collection down here is. That's so satisfying. Ooh. Most of this collection I probably haven't read. Like these three books. I've read 18 pages of Just Kids. I've read 42 of Written on the Body, and I haven't read any of Milk-Fed at all. But I read The Pisces last month and it was great. So, yeehaw! So you'll see there's a running theme in the books that I like. A lot of them are written by women and are about women, because I need that in my life right now. So, Kairos by Jenny Urbanbach, another book that I'm reading, well, I'm going to try and read this month. Yeah, I've read a few pages of it already because I got really excited. But yeah, this is definitely more of a summer read, but I'm reading it in autumn because that's just who I am, baby. The next one is The Portrait of a Mirror by A. Natasha Jakovsky. Hopefully I haven't butchered her name again. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. I read a review, this is why you shouldn't read reviews, but I read a review the other day where it was like, the synopsis sounds so good, but the way it's portrayed in the book is crap. I don't know, it makes me worried, but I'm just gonna go in like how I want to go in and see how I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, you don't know if you like a book unless you read it. So I'm going to ignore the review that I read. I don't know where I read it. I think I saw it online. Not on Goodreads or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just going to ignore it and I'm going to read it this month. The next one is Sugar Baby by Celine St. Clair. I've read, you can see the little bookmark at the bottom, but I've read a little bit of this. I loved it. I actually read it at Gardener's World at Audley End because it was so warm that day. I'm not good in the sun, so I just had a little read of it already. But I'm going to finish it this month. If not physically, I'm going to listen to the audiobook. This is me holding myself accountable. I really like it. I'm very excited. Yeah, the next one, Her Body and Other Parties. Why did I say it like that? Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. Yeah, we're gonna read this. Acts of Service by Lillian Fishman. I have been reading this book this month and I'm now finally on 140 out of, I think it's 224. If I've remembered that correctly. Wow. I don't remember much, but... Oh no, got it wrong, 214. Close enough. Anyway, but yeah, I do like this book. It's very... How do I put this in a way I'm not going to get demonetized? It's really like sensual. I love that though. I love books where it just is unapologetically itself. And I really like the way Fishman goes into the details of all kinds of relationships, the discovery Eve has of like being bisexual and like exploring who she is like through the different people she meets, and I really like that. When I say the people she meets, I mean literally the couple, Nathan and Olivia, but I love that. I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't know if it's my favourite, but we love it. So if you like sexy reads with plot. I only take my smut with plot, so yeah, reading this one at the moment. So I'm gonna put this over here. You can't see it, but I'm gonna, so it doesn't get lost in the pile of darkness. Anyway, so I broke my book buying ban, because I'm just a silly little guy trying to live their life, for Jane Austen's collection. It's the Oxford World Classic of Northanger Abbey, Lady Susan and Sanditon. Oh, the Watsons and Sanditon. This has been on my to read for like years, because I love my gothic horror, and Northanger Abbey is apparently like a good gothic for autumn. So we're gonna read this next month. That's the plan. Alongside like Frankenstein and Dracula. That is my goal. I want a gothic November. That's it. But yeah, I got this from the Art of Tea in Didsbury. I think it's my new favourite place to go and read or just sit. And the food is good. And yeah, I went twice in 1 week. The same week I went for the first time, and it was wonderful. I just love the vibes there. So yeah, cute, and I'm really happy I found this. And then from the same place, I finally got a nice, don't get me wrong, I love a battered copy, but I want it so I can read it. Do you know what I mean? Like, secondhand, beautiful, but I also don't want it like in disarray, you know? But anyway, Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Yay. Ayn Rand is very, I don't know why she's controversial. I'll probably have to do some research into that. But one of my favourite booktubers, called Seasop, also Charles, he recommends Ayn Rand all the time, and I want to get into her work, so I bought Atlas Shrugged, and ages ago I got The Fountainhead to hold myself accountable and actually finally read them. Yeah, I really want to like see what the fuss is about and see why she's so controversial or why Charles likes her. you know, I want to get into the nitty gritty details of someone's brain. That's just who I am. Also, big boy, like oh my god, this is almost as big as Game of Thrones. Like 1,000, oh my god. Sorry, let me just check actually. 1,168 pages. Maybe we'll audiobook this one. But anyway, first pal, done. Yay! This is also, oh my god, everything's so dusty. I really need a bookshelf, but we'll have to wait until the first paycheck comes in, so yeah. Oh yeah, I got a new job. So that's end of this month. Hopefully I'll get a new bookshelf and a desk. So hopefully I can put you on my desk instead of having to find all these weird little nooks of the house to like place you on. I've got a tripod, but it's like a little teeny tiny one that I use for self-tapes, and I want to actually put you on my desk and like show you my cute room that's messy here, but you won't have to see that. You'll get to see the cuteness that is my room and my cute little fireplace that I can't use anymore, but it's cute and I want to be able to like make it really homely and cute. Make you feel comfortable while you're watching. So again, this pile is mostly full of all the books that you saw in a previous video if you watched it, and that was my book haul of last month. So yeah, Dead Poets Society is the first one by N.H. Kleinborn. One of my favourite films, coziest autumn film. I keep saying I need to watch it, and I do need to watch it. It's just that there's so many good films coming out at the moment. There's so many to watch. I think there's a solid 5 films that I'd like to watch that have come out this month. Love this film. Will love the book when I finally read it, probably next month. Even though I say like Gothic November, but I will probably read because it's such a little read as well, and I already know like what the film's like, so I already know which characters I love and all that. So yeah, November, hopefully. The next one is Bonjour Tristesse by Francois Sagan. She was 17 when she wrote this. I will never stop going on about it because I can't believe it. She's so cool. Dakota Warren, if you know her on the books Tube Sphere, is obsessed with her, so yeah, I'll probably like it as well. If I don't, well, eat me words. Next one, Love, by Jeanette Winterson. It's essentially just, it's a vintage mini. It's a collection of all her like extracts on love and stuff like that. So, but yeah, anything by Jeanette Winterson, I will get. Yeah. And no, I haven't read any of these books. I've not read a single book that's been shown so far, so yay. The next one, again, you've already seen this, but Absolutely and Forever, Rose Tremaine. I don't know what else to say about this. I'm not going to go into loads of detail because there are so many books and I don't want to bore you. So if you like the look of any of the books, you'll have to just search it up online. I'm awful. I'm terrible. Anyway, I'm a liar. I have read Saltwater by Jessica Andrews and I loved it as well. Milk Teeth will forever be one of my favourite books ever. I read it at the right time. I read it end of last year, beginning of this year. Loved it so much. I didn't enjoy this as much as I enjoyed Milk Teeth, but I like Jessica Andrews' style, so yeah, big like. The next one, Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I want to read this so badly. It's just finding the time. And you never know, I'm an unpredictable frog, what can I say? Anytime, I could read it anytime. The next one, Little Rabbit by Alyssa Songsiridej. I'm really sorry that I have butchered your name, Alyssa. Please forgive me. But yeah, You've already seen these books. So, but anyway. Why Be Happy When You Could Be Normal, Jeanette Winterson. I think this is, let me read it. I'm not sure if this is her memoir or not. It's something by her. It's more of like a personal account of things. So yeah, love you, Jeanette. Just blew her a kiss. But yeah, the next one is Careering by Daisy Buchanan. Yep. Quartet by Jean Reese. You've already seen it. If you've watched my last video. Ooh, plane. I don't know if you can hear it. But I love, what's really good about my room is when, like, from this position, like when you're sat down, you can't see the neighbours at all you can see is just trees, and if it's a lovely day, blue sky, and sometimes you'll see the planes from Manchester Airport going across, and it's really pretty and it's really nice. So I'm very happy that I'm in this room. Anyway, The Great Believers by Rebecca Mackay. I've not read this book either, but I will. Sirens and Muses, Antonia Angres. Antonia Angres. Yes. Last one of this pile is Two Friends and Other 19th Century Lesbian Stories by American Women Writers, which has been edited and with an introduction by Susan Koppelman. I love this cover so much. One of my favourite books of all time. The next one, The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I read this when I was 16 or 15, but I was in sixth form at the time and I loved it so much. I couldn't get through it the first time, but I've read it again. I think I've read this book 3 times, but I had to, so this one's secondhand, but because the first book I ever read, sorry, I don't know why I wasn't explaining that correct, but basically the first time I read it, it was from my school's library, and it had this portrait of her, of Donna Tartt, at the back, and she's just so majestic, and I love her. But the new editions, so I don't know if this is like after 2010 or something like that, but the new editions don't have this in the back. So I bought it new, and I was just like, oh, it doesn't have this in the back, it's fine. Hopefully I'll find it secondhand, with the portrait in the back. Years later, found this in a random charity shop. I think it might have been the Lake District or something like that, which is so funny because the Lake District is my favourite place of all time. So to find my favourite book in my favourite place with my favourite portrait in the back, I think that's such a magical thing. So I gave my copy to a friend's mum. Another one of my favourite books ever, Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howarth. This is a recent favourite and a recent read. I love this book so much. I wish this was around when I was younger. Just as a queer person trying to like find themselves. There wasn't many books when I was like a teenager about just like a beautiful tale about women loving women, and I wish I had that, but yeah, I've got it now and I loved it so much. Beautiful writing, relatable characters. Yeah, couldn't recommend this enough. I'm going on again. This is supposed to be just a bookshelf tour, but I feel like I'm going through every book. I hope you don't mind that. I'm just a bit of a yapper and I'm very passionate about books and I love them so much. So I hope this is okay for you. Yeah. If you want to skip, you can skip a few. It's fine. I won't be upset, I'll never know. This one is Assembly by Natasha Brown. Again, I've not read this book, but Dakota Warren and I think Jack Edwards also recommended this as well. Apparently it's like very dark academia-esque, so yeah, can't wait. Oh my god, I love this book. It's Post-Traumatic by Chantal V. Johnson. I love this book. I listened to it on audiobook the start of the year and obsessed. I used to work as a cleaner at an RAF base near my house, and then I was on my own in like a specific place. I had the ability to put my headphones on because normally you had to like do loads of customer service on the side, so you had to be, you know, say hello to people and all that stuff. But if I was in like a specific place, I was able to put my headphones on and just clean, and if people came by, which was like not much at all, I could, you know, do my thing. But I mainly had my headphones on, and I read so much when I was there because I'd have 4 hours to myself, so that meant I could, you know, have 4 solid hours of just listening to books. And this was one of the books I listened to, and I loved it so much. I loved it so much. I can't remember what I rated it on Goodreads, but it was probably good because I loved it. Anyway, you can tell I liked it, so yeah. The next one, I've not read this, but this is A Frozen Woman by Annie Ernaux. I want to read a lot, honestly, most of Annie Ernaux's work, mainly The Years, The Passion, I think it's called, and Happening. I think the film I watched last year with Charlie, the person who I live with. She's so cool. The film was based on The Happening by Annie Ernaux. But I don't know, I don't want to like start anything. I don't know what I'd start. Little old me. I saw this in my secondhand bookshop and I was like, I'm getting it because it's Annie Ernaux. So yeah, very pleased. And also I am obsessed with this cover, even though again I seem to have this draw to books that are miscellaneous sizes. But I love this cover so much. I hope you can actually see it, but cute little lady at the top. Love her. Next one, Slouching Towards Bethlehem, Joan Didion. Some little ones. So this one is A Model and Other Stories by Anais Nin. I'm obsessed with her. She was the first ever woman erotic author. Because before it was like a lot of men, like Henry Miller, I think his name is. But Anais Nin was the first ever woman to do that. And it was quite controversial at the time. Got actually a lot of her stuff here. But yeah, this is a little one that I found again. Most of the secondhand books I've got from my secondhand bookshop back at home in Lincolnshire. And Jeff is a lovely guy. He's so nice. He's the guy who owns the shop. And yeah, most of these cool books I've got from there. The next one, White Nights by Dostoevsky. This is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I think vintage classics? Yeah, vintage classics. I love these style of books. I've also got Jane Eyre, but I didn't get a chance to bring it with me. But I love, just a big fan of the vintage classic covers. So this is the erotic life of Anais Nin by Noelle Riley Fitch. And I do believe that this is a autobiography. So yes, I will be reading this because it's about Anais Nin. So yeah. This is The Journals of Sylvia Plath. I love Sylvia Plath so much. I've read The Bell Jar, and I've got Ariel, her poetry collection up there. Yeah, big fan. Love her so much. Want to read this because I think journals tell a lot about someone, and I love journaling myself. This is my Bible. This one, You Exist Too Much by Zaina Arafat. So this is Sex and Rage by Eve Babbitt. Love this book. Listened to it on audiobook the first time, and then I got this copy of it for I think £3 in Hay on Wye last year for my birthday. And this was a little treat for myself. This is, again, you can see that I tried to read a little bit of this but got distracted again. This is Big Swiss by Jen Began. This next one is The Springs of Affection by Maeve Brennan. Haven't read this, will read it. Then this is Nadia by Andre Breton. Also got recommended this by Dakota Warren, and I will read it because I like her a lot. Yes, and here's the controversial one, Insatiable by Daisy Buchanan. I love this book. Haters gonna hate. I mean, it's so bad that it's good. I know that the sex scenes are really just like how some people just can't maneuver themselves in those positions, but I loved it. I just needed something that I could devour really quickly. And this last one is Milkman by Anna Burns. I have again, I've read some of this book. I'm trying to, sorry, the sun was in the way. This is one of my close friends, this is her favourite book, but I need to read this soon. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but again, I will read it. Oh wow, we finished this pile. Nice. 30 foot. I don't know how long. I don't know how long we're going to be here for. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I hope so, because I'm having fun yapping away. Oh yes, I love this book so much. I have recently read it, and this is Penance by Eliza Clark. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Can you see it? There you go. Nice. But I love this book so much. Boy Parts is one of my favourite books of all time, but I read this at work as well when I was cleaning away. Wasn't surprised that I liked it. I can't wait because she's bringing out a short story collection, I think very soon. So I will be reading that, and I will be getting it, and I'll be adding it to my collection of her books. Ooh, yes. Another favourite, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Actually, I think this is my favourite book ever. I read this while I was at drama school. Again, I listened to it on audiobook because sometimes I get distracted just so much. Even if I love a book, as we can tell, I'll just get distracted and I'll read something else, especially if it's a big boy. So listening to it on audiobook, I find it easier when I'm doing something else that I'm listening to it because I take it in a lot better. The next one, favourite book, Boy Parts, Eliza Clark. Yeah, love it. The main character, I can't remember her name, Irina. She's deplorable. You're not supposed to like her, but then weirdly you can relate to her, and then you feel bad for relating to her because she's such a strange person. But yeah, I love this book, and Eddie from Tesco will forever be just the love of my life. Just Eddie from Tesco. How could you not love him? If you've read the book, please let me know in the comments, did you like Eddie from Tesco? Because I loved that boy so much, and I was so annoyed with Irina because I was like, how could you not love him? How could you not love it? But yeah, there you go. Another favourite, New Animal by Ella Baxter. Love this book. I think it's a beautiful tale on grief. So I read this, and then I read Luster by Raven Leilani, I think. Leilani. Yes. But I read this first. I loved this so much more. I didn't really enjoy Luster that much, I don't think. I liked it, but it wasn't like my favourite. But yeah, I loved this book so much. I'm so happy I read it. I think this is another book I read end of last year, which seems to be a running theme. I read some really good books last year. So, but yeah, I love this book. Please read it. Please. Another, controversially, one of my favourite books, My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. This was my first Moshfegh book. I love the audiobook. I listen to the audiobook once a year. That is like my tradition, is that I listen to this book once a year, ever since I've read it. Because I love this so much. And I always seem to get to the horrible, well, to be fair, I'm 38. I'll just flipping say it. I get to the blowjob scene every time I'm in public. It's a running theme. I'm either on the train or I'm just stood in a bookshop or in a cafe, like, and there's loads of people around and people try to speak to me, and it's just going into great depths of how she's giving him a blowjob, and it's just gets a bit awkward. And I don't know if this is like a me problem, but yeah, rock on. 'Tis life, I guess. Anyway, sorry, I just went on a massive rant about blowjobs. Anyway, the next one. This is Second Place by Rachel Cusk. But I love Rachel Cusk's style. I will be buying more of her works. Again, you can blame Dakota Warren for all my favourite people, apart from Moshfegh and Donna Tartt actually. But ever since I found Dakota Warren's YouTube channel, she has influenced me so much. In the best and the worst ways. I don't know, we'll see. The next one is Bellies by Nicola Dinnan. Exciting Times by Misha Dolan. Eleanor Ferrante, The Days of Abandonment. Love this book. Haven't read it yet, but I've read some of the pages, and yeah, because I'd started annotating it, I had to digest it properly. Anyway, the next one, Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Haven't read it, but watched the film and I loved it. The monologue. If you know, you know. The monologue, brilliant. I want to do it one day. For, just to have it in my collection, really. But anyway, Bad Behaviour by Mary. I don't know if you can see this, but I hope you can. It's hard because it's a white background, but yeah, Bad Behaviour by Mary Gateskill. Barrier of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I was on my interview with a vampire phase, so of course we bought 3 books, including Dracula. Next one, 20 Fragments of a Ravenous Youth by Xiaolu Guo. So the next one is The Trio by Joanna Hedman. Also very entwined with everything I love in one book, so I'm hoping I like it when I read it. It's a summer read, so I probably should read it in summer, but do I ever? No, not at all. I never stick to the themes of anything. But anyway, another vampire-esque book, and this is Fragile Animals by Genevieve Jagger? Yeah. I got this a couple of months ago. I want to read it next month. That is my plan, because not many people have reviewed this, but the reviews that I have seen, like online, have been very good. So I will be reading this, and I hope I like it too. Well, the next one, a favourite of my friends, my little friends from back home, who aren't back home. We've all moved to different parts of the country. But Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jadrowski. I hope I've not butchered that again. But gorgeous cover, and apparently this is better than Call Me By Your Name. So, yeah. Especially with the whole Armie Hammer situation, I'm hoping that I can find a replacement, because, oh, I love that book so much, and I love the audiobook, but Armie Hammer reads it, and now I can't get past the whole cannibal situation. Anyway, that's a whole different thing for another day. Help! Right, the next one, The Piano Teacher by Elfriede Jelinek. Cool cover as well. We've got Vladimir by Julia May Jones. Another one recommended to me by Dakota Warren. Yes, I will read it soon. The next one. So this is Not Safe for Work by Isabel Kaplan. The next one, Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. I have read this before and I did enjoy it, but I can't remember it for some reason, so I'm gonna have to read it again. Oh, and then this one. So Charlie's got this on her bookshelf. I think she's read it, but she's either read all of it or some of it, and she said it was really wonderful. So I would like to read this too, and that is The Opposite of Loneliness by Marina Keegan. We're on to some of the last ones, so that's good. Okay, let's try and bring this over here. The little small pile is of books that aren't actually mine. So yeah, I'll show you them anyway, but I need to give these back to people. Oh, already making a mess of the place. The Girls by Emma Cline. I have read this recently and I did really enjoy it. So yeah. Oh, another plane. Outline by Rachel Cusk. E.M. Mayer, The Rector's Daughter. Girl is a Half-Formed Thing by Amir McBride. This is If Nobody Speaks of Remarkable Things by John McGregor. I think Jack Edwards was the one who recommended this, but I can't remember, but I will read this. Oh yeah, Jack Edwards definitely recommended this, and that is Paradise by Fernanda Melchor. And I love these. I can't remember who it is. The Fitzcarraldo editions, obsessed with these. I think they're so cool. And a lot of the Annie Ernaux books are in the white covers of this. If I somehow come into a lot of money, I will get these books. Well, I hope so anyway. Oh yeah, this is Nancy Mitford, The Pursuit of Love. Again, I got this, please focus. Maybe not. Anyway, I got this again from Jeff at the secondhand bookshop, so thanks, Jeff. Oh yeah, and then Nosferatu the Vampire by Paul Monet. I'm not sure, but yes, following the Vampire collection, that was another one we got. This is In the Cut by Susanna Moore. I have watched the film of this. I thought it was so interesting. So when I saw the book, I was like, right, I'm gonna see if the book is just as good as the film. This is the rest of my Otis and Moshfegh collection. So I've read all of these, but Death in Her Hands, Eileen, I watched the film and I loved it. I watched it recently, but I love the book, but I think My Year of Rest and Relaxation will always be my favourite. Oh no, I haven't read Homesick for Another World, which is her short story collection, and I haven't read McGlue. I've not got it either, so maybe that is something I should also read soon, like the rest of these books. Anyway, Lapvona, I read that as well at work. Well, I've read a lot too much at work. So this one is These Violent Delights by Micah Nemereva, and again, I love this book so much. This was another one that I was very excited to read, and I had to get it. I've underlined the shit out of this, but I try and read this again every year because it's very autumnal. But yeah, big fan. This is Between Dog and Wolf by Christina Georgieva Newbury. This one, again, I got recommended this purely by chance, actually. I can't remember what book it was I was looking for on the internet, but it was on a list of books that were similar to it. And I've not seen anybody talk about this, so I really want to read this so I can, you know, see if it's good and maybe recommend to you a new favourite. So, oh yeah, and then my Anais Nin collection, Delta of Venus, and Henry and June. I love this book so much. This is Acts of Desperation by Megan Nolan. I read this last year, loved it. You better read it too, because you'll love it, and it just rips out your heart. Oh, all the inner thoughts are in this book about love, about feeling unlovable, about doing whatever it would take to get somebody to love you. God, I cried so much this book, but I loved it so much, and I want to read it again, but again, I've got so much to read. So, but I love this book. Please read this or tell me your thoughts. If you didn't like it, then that's just you know, and I liked it because that's just me. But anyway, so this is Tampa by Alyssa Nutting. So I, obviously with my boy parts craze, I went through all the books that inspired Eliza Clark for boy parts, and this was one of the books. I have no idea what this is about. Apparently it's crazy, a bit controversial, but that doesn't scare me. I'm ready to read this book whenever I pick it up. But yeah, oh yeah, meet Celeste Price, wife, teacher, sociopath. So we know what we're going into here. Something batshit insane. Can't wait. Oh yeah, and then Mayflies by Andrew O. Hagen, set in Manchester. Want to read. I think maybe, yeah, one of my favourite actors played, I think it's this one. One of my favourite actors was in the series or the film or something like that. Not watched it, but I want to read it before I watch it. So, and Mona by I will butcher this last name so much, just to warn you. Mona by Pola Oliksarak. But yeah, I just found, and it sounded really good. This wasn't recommended to me by anybody. I bought this on my own volition, and that is Eden by Sonia Overall. Again, sounds great. I think it's like got a lot of biblical, like based off of something biblical, like obviously the Garden of Eden. But I kind of love that, and it kind of flips it on its head. So I'm very, yeah, love the sound of that. The next one, I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel. Oh my god, I'm a big Sally Rooney fan, but this is the only book I've not read. Oh, and Intermezzo, obviously her new book. But this is the only book I've not read by her, and I keep stopping at the same fucking page. So please, again, hold me accountable, and that is Beautiful World, Where Are You? By Sally Rooney. And I love this book as well. I've highlighted the shit out of this. So I don't know why I didn't carry on with it. But anyway, it's a me problem. It's a me problem. Anyway. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. We're on the last two piles down here, and I'm on 53 minutes. This is the Foxhole Court trilogy by Nora Sakavic. I've read the first two books. Running theme with trilogies. I've read the first two books, I've not read the third, but I love these books so much. She's brought out a new novel. I don't know if it's a companion novel or if it's like a fourth. I need to read the third book so I can read the new book that's come out. But I love this series. Reminds me of my years of being 18, because that's when I read this in my first year of drama school. So yeah, reminds me of the good times, baby. Reminds me of the good times. The next one is When You Are Engulfed in Flames by oh my god, why am I forgetting David Sedaris' name? But yeah, I love the cover of this. I got it from Jeff. Again. All the good books that I've got, like, again, by Grand Central Station, I Sat Down and Wept by Elizabeth Smart. I got this at the secondhand bookshop with Jeff. So this is Dracula by Bram Stoker. I love this cover. I got it off Amazon. I just love women. I love pictures of women. This is Perfume by Patrick Suskind. Again, love this cover so much, and I found it at a National Trust property. I have read this book and I love it, and that's Animal by Lisa Taddeo. Then I've also got Three Women by Lisa Taddeo. Yes, the Donna Tartt collection, The Little Friend. I have read this. I did enjoy it. Nothing will ever beat The Goldfinch for me. Brutes by Dis Tate. Oh my god, I love this book. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I think I've also highlighted, yes, I have highlighted the shit out of this as well. But yeah, I loved it. I read this a couple of years ago. So good. Oh yeah, Alice Walker, You Can't Keep a Good Woman Down. And we've got Temper by Phoebe Walker. I mainly got this because I love the cover. I Am Fickle. Doriad by Missouri Williams. I can't wait to read this. Cannibalism. Is it Cannibalism and Incest? Don't know. Could be. But yeah, very excited to read that. And I got it from Hay Online. So very, very special to me. Then this is Art and Lies by Jeanette Winterson. Sexing the Cherry. One of my favourites by Jeanette Winterson. And then I got this because I love the cover so much, and that is To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. I love everyone apparently. So very me coded. Anyway, this is After Sappho by Selby Wynne Schwartz. Crying in H-Mart by Michelle Zorner. Can't wait to cry. Three of these are Charlie's, and then the other series is from my friend Dickie, and she said I can keep them forever, however long I need, because I couldn't find my I swear I've got the first book, but I said to her, I was like, can I borrow them from you? And she said that's fine. So I'll start with those books, and that is the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Steve Otter. I've read the first two books. I've not got them in order at all. Little weirdo. But yeah, I love this trilogy, this series so much. I need to finish it. And then the books that are also not mine, mainly lovely books about lesbians. So we've got The Ladies of Llangollen by Elizabeth Maver. Oh, that was a bit too high, dot. Then Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden. That's this part of the collection. And it's taken me an hour. Hopefully not, it's not going to have been that long for you guys, but I'm going to move you into a better place so that I can show you my other collection. So, yeehaw! So, here we are, back at another terrible angle. But what can you do when you've not got a cool place to set up? Anyway, so this is like the last of my collection. It's mainly self-help books, history, non-fiction stuff, or my acting books, which is like here. So I'm gonna go from here, which is the closest to you, and then we'll rock and roll. Wait, I feel like this angle is still not good. I don't know what to do with you. I look a mess, but it's fine. Anyway, so the first one is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Oh my god, obsessed with this book. But it's What We Want by Charlotte Fox Webber. And I, 1, love the cover. 2, so good. It's so good. It helps me with devising characters for acting and also for when I'm writing. This is The Power Is Within You by Louise Hay, and this helped me at a time when I was very sad. And I have highlighted a lot out of this, and I have tried to get my family to read it. Let's see how that goes. Anyway, these two are about gender, and that is The Gender Outlaw. On Men, Women and the Rest of Us by Kate Bornstein. This is very good because I am a non-binary person. Just a little frog trying to live their truth and understand what's going on in their little noggin. And also to help me with that is Delusions of Gender by Cordelia Fine. And I got both of those books from a little gay shop in Liverpool. The next one is Into the Woods by John York, which big help when I'm writing my books. My one novel, which I don't know will ever see the light of day, but we can try. And then the rest of this collection is essentially my medieval collection that I am obsessed with. Yeah, just my medieval collection, specifically late medieval. So here we have Daughters of Chivalry by Casey Wilson Lee, which is about the forgotten children of Edward I. Specifically the daughters, because women, because history loves to forget about women, obviously. This next one is Medieval Bodies, Life, Death and Art in the Middle Ages by Jack Hartnell. I love this, and I love the cover. Then this is Medieval Women by Henrietta Lacey. Yeah. I've not read this as much as I thought I would, but this one is, I don't know, it's on my next. It's the same with this book. It's the same with this book as well, which is Queen Consort by Lisa Hilton. I've not read this as much as I would like to, because all my love and attention has gone on to, obviously, The Once and Future Sex by Eleanor Janiger, because I am obsessed with that woman. I think the way she portrays anything to do with medieval history is just phenomenal. She just has this beautiful way of describing life back then, and in just such a easy and interesting way of speaking. So if you're interested in medieval stuff, yeah, the one to read. And then obviously, if you didn't know this already about me, I have a weird obsession with Richard III. So of course we have Richard III by Chris Skidmore. I love Richard III very much. I think he's a very interesting little guy. That's all of this pile. And here we have my poetry prose collection here. So of course we have Felicity by Mary Oliver. I love Mary Oliver so much. I've read some of her pieces quite recently. There was Something Happened in August. So I had the pleasure to be able to read some of her work then. And yeah, it was really lovely to, even though the time was hard for my family, it was nice to be able to read and introduce them to the wonders of Mary Oliver. So yeah, that was cool. And then I've got Patricia Lockwood's Motherland, Fatherland, Homeland Sexuals. I've not actually read this collection yet, but I will do. I always read poetry. Then obviously Anne Sexton, Mercies, because I love this woman. I have read this, obsessed with her. And then another Anne who I love is Anne Carson, Glass and God. I also got this from Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. You are great. We have, of course, Ada Lamont, Bright Dead Things. Love this poetry collection. Love Ada Lamont. Bish bash bosh. And then this was recommended to me by Charlie, and that's High Wire Darlings by Caitlin Rose Ann Livernos. This was beautiful. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but this is wonderful. I feel like I should probably do a video about poetry that has affected me in the most profound ways, and this is one of them, so thank you, Charles. Thank you, Charles. Well, this is an issue. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah. Okay. Another poetry book that I am in love with is Crushed by Richard Seacon. No words. I love this man. I'm getting quite emotional. Let's stop. And of course I got this. And this is On Sun Swallowing by Dakota Warren. I love her, so of course I'll get this. There was definitely some that I loved very much, and there was others I couldn't quite connect with. But I think just as a book, just me flicking through it now, it's beautiful. The way it's portrayed is beautiful. There's a lot of goodies in here, so I definitely don't sleep on this collection. It's very good. However, there were some bits of poetry / prose that I didn't quite connect with. But of course not, because everybody's life is different and we're not all going to be able to connect to the same scenarios. So yeah. The next one is Double Negative by Vona Grauch. 1, the cover, beautiful. 2, I loved this collection so much. I've not read it recently. I probably should again. But yeah, beautiful. And then the last one, again, controversial, but recommended to me by Dakota. Not that I hadn't heard of Charles Bukowski before, seeing as, you know, 1, I love reading, and 2, we went to drama school and there was so many topics about having to read and understand poetry. But this is Love is a Dog from Hell by Charles Bukowski. I love this cover, for one. I've not been able to read this all the way through, because I do find it hard sometimes to separate the art from the artist. However, one of my close friends from drama school was a big fan of Bukowski, and he would always go on. He read a lot of his work for our poetry assignments. So I was like, right, if he loves Bukowski so much, I'm gonna have to just grit my teeth and get through it. But Bukowski's got some beautiful poems, some beautiful words. It's just a shame that he didn't quite like women as much as he portrayed himself to. Anyway, that is the poetry collection. Sorry, I'm really not trying to like get deep in this video, but it seems like I'm feeling very emotional today. But yeah, so this is my collection of books from drama school. I feel not all of them I used at drama school, but I don't know if this is, no, yeah, this is totally the same for all universities, but before you arrive, you have like a reading list of all the books they recommend you reading, or they recommend you getting for the course. A lot of these are from that reading list, but most of them I didn't get till after the course finished, because there was one I got from someone who was like moving away and didn't want to do acting anymore, so I just took them on, and then some of them, well, one of them in particular I got before drama school, and I devoured most of it because I loved it so much, and it's annotated so much. But anyway, I feel like I could make a separate video about these, but I'll show you them anyway. I feel like maybe if I actually take you there, right, give me 1 second. Well, this isn't working very well. Yeah, here we go. I feel like this is better if I do it like this. But Movement Training for Actors by Jackie Snow, The Actor and the Text by Cecily Berry, Keith Johnston's Impro, and where is it? I think it's this one, the An Actor Prepares by Stanislavski. So those were the ones that I got before drama school, because they were on the reading lists, these ones. Then I got Freeing the Natural Voice by Kristen Linklater in first year, because that was to do with, oh hello, my little jewellery collection, but that was to do with, also, sorry about the shaky camera, I am currently just holding my tripod and hoping for the best, but anyway, Freeing the Natural Voice was to do with a specific module that we were doing in first year. So I got that because also it is very good. I did actually enjoy it. It's just because the textbook, they're so long-winded, which is so frustrating because I want to, you know, gobble up all that knowledge in a way that I can be a better person. But anyway, yeah, so I got those before. Building a Character I got, I think, in second year. Yeah, it was during the pandemic I got this, just when the shops had opened again, and I got this from, I'm sure I got it from the old Waterstones, as always. The Sanford Meisner on acting I got from the person who was leaving. Oh, sorry, I wasn't in the right there. And as I did The Actor by Michael Chekhov. So I got these two from the pal who was leaving. And then Respect for Acting by Uta Hagen I got from London Waterstones, I think. And then, so this bad boy, The Complete Stanislavski Toolkit by Bella Merlin. I devoured this before I went to drama school. That is definitely the book that helped me kind of ground myself and understand what I was trying to do with my life before drama school, because I was a 17-year-old who had no idea what was going on. But yeah, that's the collection. Oh, and yeah, sorry, That Face by Polly Stenham. That is, I'm currently looking into that because I'm trying to find some, I want to redo my show reel and for acting in general, so I'm looking through that play for some inspiration. So yeah, this is the vibe if you wanted to see it up close with my little gremlin, not my little gremlin, my little gonk candle, and up here, look at this cheeky little fella, hello. But yeah, so that's the collection. My messy room. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed the bookshelf tour. That's not actually a bookshelf, it's just a pile. I love a good old video that you can just put on in the background while you're doing all your stuff. So I hope that was the same for you with this video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Lots of love, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting to do this. If you fancy to like and subscribe, you can. I'm not judging you if you don't. But I feel like maybe I should start doing that, because then I'll probably feel like a proper YouTubey person. So yeah, anyway, have a nice rest of your day. Lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.